what is going on? We're going to try this again. Here we go. This is how we do it. What is going on? What is going on? Thank you for tuning in. If you are, I would appreciate a like, a share, tell people what's going on. We have some magical things going on in the space. There's some amazing plays to be made. I hope you are not taking a summer break because people are making a lot of money. I missed out on a call yesterday. We're going to get into it. The secret sauce for today is simple. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Never beat yourself up. On the docket today, can Solana's Adam and Steve pattern, which is almost showing up, can it actually take to Solana to $220? Is Doge going to win over Shiba Inu? Who will win in the end? The verdict is still out, and there is movement happening, which is thought-provoking, and we're going to get into it. Amos malware, it is attacking Mac OS systems, and it is malware that is designed to take your crypto, so we're going to touch base on that. And Fed Chair Powell says it is okay for a September rate cut. That is what set the markets ablaze. We are here for it. And Robert F. Kennedy, what will his next steps be? Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Saturday, July 24th. It is August 24th. Holy shit. And it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is coming in at a 56. I said yesterday we are going to go up today. We jumped 22 degrees. We are back into the greed zone. Bitcoin dominance, it is up on the 24 hours. Ethereum dominance has slid a bit. Total crypto market cap has jumped up almost 4.5 points, coming in at $2.319 trillion at the time of this report. Total crypto market cap, I said that is already up 4.66%, almost 5%. Top crypto search term for the normies is Sundog, ticker sign SUNDOG. It is up 311% on the 7-day. This is part of the new ecosystem that Justin Sun is pumping out. We have 73 days until the election. And before we hit on some more news, let's check the charts and see what is going on in the crypto world. And as you can see, that is absolutely beautiful. It is a Saturday beer horn time. No shout outs today. We're just enjoying. Look at that. Man, it is just glorious. So all of this was on the cusp of Powell's take at the symposium. So the market seems to like where we are headed. We currently have Bitcoin coming in at 64,262. You'll remember yesterday we had some numbers that we wanted to pierce on the resistance for Bitcoin. We did not crack those numbers. To me, it lets me know that we are going to range a bit more. Ethereum currently trading at $2,803. There is word on the street that Ethereum is possibly about to pump. I have not delved into the analytics. I am just hearing some rumbling in some places that usually spread good gospel. BNB currently trading at 591. It will be probably tomorrow, the next day that cracks 600. It is just on a tear. I think it will continue to do so. Keep in mind, CZ is out of the Huskow, and he is in a secondary house waiting for readmittance into the general population called life. Solana trading at 161. We broke that range, so it is nice to see. And I mentioned at the top of the show, we've got this interesting pattern going on. Do we see 220 in the mix? XRP trading at 62 cents. Toncoin 679. I like that Toncoin hasn't reacted the way the rest of the market has. In my opinion, Toncoin is giving people a chance to get in. I believe this will be one of the last opportunities to get in before Toncoin. My current outlook still, if we're going to put a date on things, and I just decided to go on wax and do this about a month ago, 9/24/24 is when things go parabolic. So we might start to see increase before that. But to me, that is the day that you should have your bags in order and begin for stage one of the actual bull market that we have coming. We are looking at my list of things that I like. On the hour, everything is down, but on the day, everything has reclaimed some ground. It is good to see WIF up 12%. Ray up 5%. Ondo's almost trading flat. Jupiter up 7%. Mumu up 14%. Mumu jumped 58% this week. It is nice to see Mogcoin returned 42% this week. Again, buying these red dips is fucking scary. when it's down 48%. I had my friend text me. He's like, is Moo dead? I said, no, dude, you haven't looked at the chart. It's up 48% today. Like, just be patient, be patient, be patient. That is the whole trick. Buy when you don't want to buy. Buy when it seems absolutely crazy to buy. Now, I have the DeFi Llama DEX volume pulled up. And what is interesting, and I don't know how this week is going to turn out, but if we are looking at this volume over the past year plus, last week was a relatively dead week, the week ending on August 10th. We have not had volume that low since February 17th, 2024. So again, these are the doldrums of August. Now, in my opinion, we will have this close the 17th. So that's already closed as well. So this close is also, we have not had a close this low since February of 2024. I think the next close will be our last DEX volume that is low. We are about to see it shoot back up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it shoot above this in September. So there's so many interesting things. It's terrible that we forget about the geopolitical activity when the narrative changes in the States. We just had RFK Jr. make an announcement. And we had Jerome Powell make an announcement at the symposium. These things kind of get the economic market back into the economics of the United States. And there are still geopolitical tensions. So I do expect some volatility. We have an election cycle. We have a bunch of things coming up that are going to continue to drive market price. The narrative is about to really go into session. And keep in mind, like, while the United States usually takes the last 2 weeks of August, Europe usually takes a chunk of time off. And when I say time off, I mean they're gone. They're not like the States where time on vacation means you're still checking email every day at 7 a.m. It's a different type of vacation. So everybody is about to be back at the helm. When everybody is in the driver's seat, momentum, we see where the momentum goes. Everybody's driving again, and the market tells you what it's going to happen really quick. I do think some of the people that have been paying attention during the doldrums of summer, just kind of like slowly DCAing into some of these coins that you have conviction in. When things go parabolic toward the end of September, you will be so happy that you spent this time doing this. That is my belief. We will put it on wax. It's already on wax. We will see where it comes out. Now, this is one of the analytics that I love to pull up. And when I was in there, they sent me to another part of their site today. And this is blockchaincenter.net. I have nothing to do with this. They just have great analytics. And basically, their overall view is currently there are no coins trading substantially into the metrics where we consider it meme coin season. So it doesn't mean there isn't movement. There is a ton of movement. But as you can see, when we go back and look at DEX volume, we have come to all-time lows, right? And that is about to change. So as we look at what is trending, they have a good list of stuff. And this is also interesting because not all of these coins are traded on all of the platforms. So if you are using a centralized exchange, you are limited by the coins that you are allowed to trade. You might notice this if you've ever tried to purchase a coin from Coinbase and they, for instance, MOG. You cannot purchase MOG coin on Ethereum on Coinbase.com. They say you have to go to your wallet to purchase the coin. I mean, it's moronic. It's absolutely moronic, which is why many people do not use central exchanges. They use decentralized exchanges. So CoinGecko has its own list. We see CoinMarketCap, they have their own list. We have the daily top winners list. And this is interesting. I just want to touch on this for a sec. The daily top winner list, it is a crypto AI robocoin called CAIR. It's up 360% on the day. What I want to throw out into everybody's caboodle is this meme coins, like we did the NF, like we've done all these little iterations of cycles. And NVIDIA stock price went down, though it has been ranging, but when their stock price went down, people got this narrative into their head thinking, wow, the AI cycle was overbought. Like there's too much hype. I do not think that is true. I think the AI narrative is quietly picking up steam. I was fighting with ChatGPT this morning just because it's fun. I don't know. The AI stuff, I would just zig when they zag, right? Nobody's talking about the AI stuff. The coins, they are doing things. There is movement happening. And what I do know is that technology now that is advanced with the help of AI, it moves so quickly. So announcements could send things parabolic. So again, I would pick a couple AI tokens that you believe in, that have some good infrastructure, do some research, and start DCAing into these while we're still in the downs of the market. This is just food for thought that I look at. When we look at top meme coins by market capitalization, as far as price in the last 24 hours, Doge is trading flat. Sheeb is up 6%. Floki up 8%. WIF 17%. Bonk 13%. And Pepe 14%. In the last hour, who's made magic? There is a new token called Cat with Hat. CWIF. Next is Yawn. If you are sleepy, you would not be sleepy if you were up 38% in the last 24 hours. We have Brainlet back on the move again. I hold some of this. I love that token. There's a bunch of fun stuff. I have a good buddy that has a bunch of Nubcat, ticker sign NUB. I do not hold any of this. I like this possibly as a long-term play, some things to think about. A lot of people hold the WEN token. Again, I do not hold it. It is something that people are bullish on. So, excuse me, when people are bullish on stuff, I keep it on my radar. We're going to do a quick flyby of the poly market. And today, there's so many iterations of what you can look at. And today I wanted to pull up some of the top things. This is just kind of what's going on in the normal world. What will the highest grossing movie of 2024 be? The Biebers, they had a baby. Is it a boy or a girl? I believe the baby has been born. I don't know if they've, 98% I'm sure it's probably been verified whether it's a boy or girl. Elon Musk number of tweets. Andrew Tate arrest in August. This is interesting. If you guys are in the crypto X space, we know that Thread Guy went over and had a really interesting interview with Andrew Tate. I think yesterday on the timeline, I saw the authorities removing several high-priced cars from the Tate estate. I don't know if he is back behind bars facing charges again, but the allegations do not look good for him. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out. Will we see Taylor Swift endorse Kamala? Apparently, we just heard that the Foo Fighters were not super thrilled that the Trump campaign used their song when Kennedy came out on stage pledging his allegiance to the Trump campaign. Beetlejuice, 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 opening weekend box office. It seems that they have remade the Beetlejuice movie. I was fine with the original, so I will stick with the original. Now, my call this morning was Bubble Buddy. We are going to check in on it. Ticker sign BB, currently live. Look at it. I've been buying the dips on this. So it has had some parabolic movement. So as you can see, I'm buying across as we go. It is on the 5-minute is down 3%, down 12% on the hour. It is up 6% on the 6 hours, up 140% on the 24 hours. Now, we just had some really nice parabolic movement that almost set it to $900,000, but that was quickly eaten up by some of these sharks in this PvP arena that we call meme coin madness. So across the board, my calls for last week, Kobe, I still hold that. We're up 29% on that. This BB token, I am currently down 6% on that. And FWOG is another token that was one of my calls. We are up 61% on that in the last 24 hours. So these are just some things that are in my caboodle. I am watching this bubble token. I think this thing will definitely crest the $1 million mark over the weekend. I think what we are looking at, I mean, just look at that movement, right? It's just really nice. I bought some, sold some. It ran up, up, up. I bought more. I've been buying the dip all along. We are currently trading at $720,000. I think this will continue its climb up to the $1 million mark very easily. I already have some sell orders set in. So when I go to sleep tonight and Asia wakes up and they begin trading this and see the movement, I can unload some of my bags and pull some of those gains in. Things that you don't do when you get greedy and you just think, I am going to buy a Lambo off this. And instead of round tripping stuff, I put blockers in place to keep me from doing things that I want to do, AKA gamble it all and see where we can take it. All right, let's get back into some shit. So I have continually been looking at the relation between who will be in the White House and the price of Bitcoin. Today, it did not make sense. People are thinking Kamala has a better shot. She jumped 1 point, Trump went down, but the price of Bitcoin jumped up about 6% on the 24 hours. But again, this was off of some other related news that is going on in the space. It is so nice to be here on Saturday. I hope you guys are enjoying all the things. We are looking at some of the biggest gainers and losers over the last 24 hours. We have crypto AI Robo, up 228% in the last 24 hours. Sun token, again, off of the Justin Sun. We have Sundog. It is back on the good side. We saw this climb aggressively. Yesterday, it was on our biggest losers. It was down about 18%. It has since flipped around. When the market script flipped around, it is up 30%. There's this interesting growing narrative, and I put it out on my Substack about 3 days ago. Ethereum would be killed by Solana, and that remains to be seen. The now entered Tron, is it the killer of both of these? Keep in mind, we have the Say ecosystem that is just getting ready to start tackling all of these things. And then down at the very bottom, we have Phantom. They are also super fast, super quick, built for the gaming world, AKA microtransactions, super fast, super cheap, right? It doesn't get any better than that. So this, if we get somebody good in the White House that helps us keep innovators in the United States with the help of AI, we are going to move forward so rapidly as a country. Please do not stifle innovation. Let's keep the innovators here. Terra Classic was a loser. FX token. Man, I can't even believe this FTX token. FTT is still in the mix. Open Campus, Helium, they were all down at the moment. Now, it's interesting. Helium, the HNT token, I like this long term. If any of you guys purchase any of the Helium apparatuses to offer self-service, please leave a message in the comments. And I say I don't read the comments. I try and respond to absolutely everybody that comments. I appreciate your insight and mostly criticism into the shit that I have going on. Okay, we have Dogecoin. They are continuing to outperform Shiba Inu in social media activity. Is the social media activity the thing that sets these coins apart? Watching these coins duke it out in the bear market, to me, I love, because when people leave the marketplace, AKA stop believing in it or decide I need a mental break from it because it's too much for me to handle, I can't deal with it being read like this, there are people that decide to stay and build every single day, no matter what. And doing this every single day is not easy. It's not joyful, but when you finish the process every day, it is joyful, especially when you don't want to do it. So these tokens that are here in August, when there's no wind in the sails and your sailboat is just stuck in the middle of the ocean, they are still putting out funny content and creating community engagement. Granted, there's only 6 people in the community, but if you can win those 6 people over, those people will become super fans, and super fans is where you breed fans, and fans is where you breed frenzy. So all of these things are coming. I am excited for September to roll around. We have the Shiba Inu team. They just recently integrated a new burn mechanism. So what else is new? They're trying to burn that shit because it has so many fucking zeros. They are trying to also emphasize the importance of projects adding value to the Shibarium network. So it does seem like at the moment, a lot of these protocols are trying to entice people to create content spreading the message. Why? Because everybody in the crypto space thinks future forward. And from a marketing perspective, user-generated content will be the best homegrown content to promote your message moving forward, period. There will be no more TV commercials, radio commercials. It's going to be content where somebody is talking just like I am to their audience about things that they are inspired by. Watching protocols double down on people that are spreading the message, to me, you are capturing a market that a year from now, 2 years from now, will flourish. And getting in early is the magic. Yes, there will be people that come when the gold is everywhere, that will be super talented, and they may steal some of that limelight. But there's always going to be room for these diehards that were here in the beginning. So don't stop doing what you're doing. Keep putting out content, keep pushing forward, even when you don't want to. It is super important. We are seeing the meme coins realize this. We're seeing the NFTs realize this. We're seeing companies realize this. It is fact. Do not fade the facts. Now, another thing that I found interesting, I was doing some analytics, and the Bitcoin transaction fees have spiked about 940% between August 21st and 22nd. I don't know. What caused this? Well, these fucking UTXO-based fucking model and the runes are kind of back in action. So I used to spend an enormous amount of time reporting on NFTs, and it seemed like the market had kind of dried up, and I stopped allocating so much of my time to that marketplace because it didn't seem like the interest was there. And this morning I decided to do some of my old analytics and look at stuff, and there's some interesting stuff. I almost scooped up some runes today. There was some interesting movement over there, and I don't know if the movement is because Bitcoin price is up and all of those people holding their bags are like, finally something's going up, but it doesn't mean the ecosystem's going up. But it does make me think that I have been looking at the runes and Bitcoin NFT ecosystem, and I am still the fan that we are going to see crab walk until well into September for the Bitcoin price. I am not personally going to be faked out by this going towards 66,000 Bitcoin if we cross $70,000, that's a whole new narrative. And I've said this a long time ago. Don't talk to me about anything. This is all sideways chop until we cross 70. Then the game changes. So if we saw a really nice Bitcoin dip, to me, that might be an interesting time to DCA into some of the runes, into some of the NFT art that is on Bitcoin, because I think that golden cross is only going to happen one more time before shit really takes off. And I don't know, it's going to be an opportunity. And yes, you're trying to catch a falling knife, but yeah, that's when I'm going to start looking at that ecosystem. So as I'm watching just the UTXO stuff kind of take off and some other stuff start to happen, it just, I don't know. It lets me know that trends are shifting, things are shifting. There's change coming. So I watch it. If it starts to take off again, I might start putting it back in my Substack. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted everybody to be aware there's a new variant of the Amos malware, and it is targeting Mac OS users, and it is designed to take your crypto. They are putting this in different types of advertisements on Google. A Russian hacker has figured out how to spoof the system. So I don't know. It's so dangerous clicking links these days, especially advertisements. And because it is a Google-sponsored advertisement does not mean it's safe anymore. It's just not like that. I think an analogous situation is Amazon, and I know they battle with this. I've bought Nike shoes on Amazon, and they've reached out to me like 2 weeks later and said, hey, these shoes are counterfeit. Please throw them away. We're sending you a fresh pair. So, right, these cracks are really tough for these larger corporations to fill. So Google, they are dropping the ball with some of this stuff, and it is affecting people. And if you happen to click one of these links, you could literally be liquidated. And that sucks. Especially when, like that just sucks. And who do you call then? Like, I'm sure Google's not going to help you out. Okay, Blunt's another quant that I follow quite a bit. He is saying he's seen some neat stuff. He's looking at just this 5-wave pattern. He's saying we could hit $84,000 pretty quick. And he's also, which I love, he is forecasting just some interesting stuff happening for Say. Which I love. So the Say ecosystem, they have begun some narratives and some hiring and some behind the scenes work just to say we're about to like kick shit off. So I sat in on a wonderful space the other day. It was very informative. And I love where they're going. The community is thick. It's rife with activity. It's rife with people that have believed in it since it started. I would love to see some of the SDKs, some of the software developer kits get rolled out by the Say ecosystem as an initiative to help people come in easier. I think it is so important to have those SDKs put in place to make the building blocks easier and more approachable for everybody quicker. To me, that's the good UX UI of onboarding, right? Bring in the devs and make the SDKs brilliant, and then get the UX UI people and soften the edges and bring on the magic. So we are getting there with the Say ecosystem, which I absolutely love to see. We have Jamie Coots. He's one of the guys over at Real Vision, which I also follow a bunch of their stuff. He is looking at increases in the Ethereum network activity, and he says these things are essential for the underlying rally that many people say is coming down the pike. So I said in some of the back channels, I was just listening, and I just keep my ear to the tracks. I try and watch the flow of information. It's not news until it actually takes off. But if you have your ear to the tracks, often the signals that the train is coming, right? If your ear is actually there, you can hear it and prepare for it. So I do think ETH is posed for some nice stuff. If we see Bitcoin continue to rally, to me, that is the canary in the coal mine, the litmus test for the entire ecosystem. When it does well, everything follows. Jerome Powell, let's get into this guy because you got to love him. They just had their symposium, and what is nice, it just seems like there is some movement that the crypto people like. There's some cuts coming up. They want to prevent our country from going down the shithole, and they're going to do it by a bunch of ways. All of those ways, in essence, mean it's time to get risky with your investments, as risk on assets kind of went back on fire. Powell's remarks followed recent data showing the economy added significantly fewer jobs than they initially reported. Hey, that's a no-brainer, huh? So they report this shit to create a narrative, and they always have to double back like, whoa, our numbers were actually quite fucked up, and we are going to not only sidestep, but we're just going to say we're going to do over. So that's basically what Jerome has announced. They are going to continually push for reform policy moving forward. As he always says, we never get it. It's just a dog and pony show. The good news is it's time to get risky with your biscuits. Risk the biscuit. That's what time it is. Now, we have this guy, which I am a fan of. So many people decided they were going to vote for him no matter what. I put this out early on Wax in my Substack and on the podcast that I thought he has to pledge his allegiance somewhere. It's a distraction, right? If you can't win, you have to pledge your allegiance. So that is exactly what we saw happen in the last 24 hours. He has decided to pull out of the race. He has decided to walk the walk onto the stage of Donald Trump. People put out an absolutely amazing piece where it's Trump. He has enveloped RFK Jr., and RFK is now in his belly. So it is nice to see his campaign, which focuses on small businesses, Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and tax fairness. Now, right, he's struggled reaching people, but now if he can become a part of the bigger Trump machine, I think that is awesome. So I am a fan of this in a big way. So we have open networks. They are here to employ the masses. The CEO, his name is Nick Tamino. He predicts that Ethereum is going to surpass Bitcoin in market cap within the next 5 years. So this is a story I got into a bit on my Substack. He believes we are going to witness the flippening, right? And a lot of this stuff is going to be driven by this ETH DeFi activity that is just beginning to get started. So Ethereum is the foundation of all of the decentralized internet. It has utility. It has scarcity. It makes it attractive to the Wall Street bozos. Currently, Bitcoin's market cap is nearly 4 times that of Ethereum. But yeah, Nick believes that ETH's potential to grow and drive growth is going to be insatiable. I am a fan of it. I hope this happens. It would be magical to see. And again, that was the call for today, BB. I hope you guys are enjoying the weekend. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what is going on if you're like, if you are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.